running here. YouTube is coming back up. Periscope, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch. Not quite sure what's going on there, but let's see. All right, man. So, Luke, how worried about De'Aaron Fox are we tonight? After putting up 39 the other night.
I'm most worried about him, I think. But other than that,
yeah,
I mean,
think that's fair.
we've had some bright spots. We had that game against the Nets. It was kind of a momentum builder. I wish we would have beat them by more than 10. But yeah, it is what it is.
We would have, we should have, had it not been for the bench unit. That was just absolute trash coming in at the end there.
Yep.
Had to bring back the starters and whatnot. So what are you going to do, though? A win's a win. Not really too much to complain about. I must say, this commercial that the NBA has put together for, like the social justice, I get goosebumps every single time.
The half frame one, the one that are like split screen?
No, this one that they're doing right now with like Doc Rivers, Patty Mills, Jason Tatum. Yeah. It's just awesome. And now my Hulu is buffering. Never a good time. Let's see. Is Twitch up and running here? It should be. Yep, it sure is. Okay, perfect. All right. Eventually, Luke's screen is going to get back to its typical size. Or what we can do is we can just make Luke bigger right now, and then when he gets too big, we will get him back down to his proper size. There we go, Luke. There you are, buddy.
There's our temporary fix, huh?
Perfect. Hey, technology, when is it ever perfect?
Usually never. I'm finding pulling up the Fox Sports Florida on my phone.
Perfect. I don't know what the heck that means.
Now I'm small again, so that's pretty sick.
Good grief. And now you're big again.
All right.
All right. National Anthem. And Jonathan
I'm trying to.
is standing. He is wearing the Orlando Magic shooting shirt.
What are the teammates still just kneeling next to him, around him, like next to him?
Exactly.
I wasn't sure if they were going to do the Myers Leonard Heat thing where his teammates grab his legs.
All right. And what was really great about this earlier was when I set everything up, I could see all of the comments and everything like that were coming in, but let's see, toolbars, nope. How do I bring those back in here? Nope.
No, I'm huge and pixelated, so.
OBS doing us a lot of favors tonight, gotta tell you. And now you're back to normal size. And this is just all over the place. Luke, I'm trying to keep you normal size, man. You shrink, and then I make you bigger, and then I make you big, and then you shrink again. Like,
Yeah, it is what it is.
here, buddy. All right. Okay, so Nick, Kings, no Marvin Bagley. De'Aaron Fox, Bogdanovich, Buddy Hield. Those are really going to be, I think, the three guys that we need to worry about the most tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is just hoping that our play continues. I think Roy Perry put out a tweet talking about what we can do to can kind of keep this streak going, as we have won 4 in a row. So this is going for our 5th, but I know Roy Perry tweeted a few things to look forward tonight. The Magic need to continue to hum along on offense with 31 assists on Friday, and more offensive efficiency from Fournier and Vucevic. The impact of Ji and Markelle in the second unit, and I think that's something that is going to be, it's pretty overlooked by Magic fans. Maybe is that second unit having Ji and Markelle in it. Will be pretty important to see if they can continue to give us kind of that boost off the bench. It'd be nice to have them leading that second unit again. We saw it in the scrimmage, especially against the Nuggets, where Ji just came off the bench and went bonks and took the lead, and Markelle was doing things, and so hopefully we can do that tonight too.
Well, the thing, like, everybody keeps saying, oh, if we win, this is going to be a 5-game win streak. It's just hard for me to, like, really picture it like that, because it's been, 4.5 months. Like, sure, it works out like that, but it's just funny every single time I hear that. It's like, okay, I mean, I guess technically we can say that, but yeah.
Hey, in the record books, now, Jonathan, that's
you're
what
not wrong. You're not wrong.
If we win all 8 of these games, they're gonna be talking about how we won those 3 before.
Right.
We were on a 3-game win streak there, so we'll be 11-game win streak.
I definitely won't be mad at it, that's for sure. But yeah, definitely looking. They talked about how Ji probably won't play too much more than he did the other night, probably about the same. Markelle is probably going to play more than he did the other night. So
yep.
Still waiting to see when he's going to get into that starting role, and then listening to Clifford's post-practice availability. I think it was from yesterday. He was just talking about the fact that he had a conversation with Mo that, it's not that he doesn't trust Mo or that Mo's not playing well enough or anything like that. He's just not, like, his conditioning just isn't there. You know what I mean? And it's just got to be, you have to, I really think it just has to do with the amount of weight that he's put on. And is Mo not playing right now that detrimental to, either the team or Mo's development? Maybe not, you know what I mean? But definitely when we go into next season, that's when it's like, okay, if the conditioning still isn't there, if Mo still isn't playing, then like it's really going to be an issue. I definitely think he still needs to get a little bit bigger, but he doesn't need to get that much bigger to be able to, play with these bigger guys and everything. So I feel like physically he's probably like, 85, 90% of the way there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, we'll just have to see. Luke, how do you feel about like these quote-unquote home games? Like, it feels like sometimes they're showing one team's branding and everything like that. The next they're showing the other teams. I feel like if it's a home game, I don't want to see the other team's logo anywhere, not even one time.
Yeah, aside from maybe a matchup graphic. But all that to say, all I know is the only people I feel bad for are the people that walk into being a virtual fan and they feel like they have to sit there the entire time, which they probably don't think about when, they just think, oh, I'll probably be on TV a couple times.
Right.
But it's like, is that worth it? Oh, look, we tipped off here.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah.
We already got an N1.
I don't know necessarily that that's worth it. Like,
no, it's absolutely not. Right. It's not worth it. Just to see if we're even on the same stream timing here. Is AG at the free throw line for you?
Yeah, he is shooting the ball right now.
Okay, I'm about a tenth of a second behind you, so we're good.
All right, cool.
As long as Hulu doesn't knocked up.
Right, exactly. That would be unfortunate. Harrison Barnes, North Carolina great. Just kidding. All right, I'm definitely interested to see if, we're going to get some more out of Aaron tonight. Just like 5 attempts the other night.
Yeah, would be good. I think everybody's still trying, even though obviously the same roster. Tonight we also have a Wondu back, so everybody's still trying to kind of get their rhythm.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Oh, my food's here. Look at that. This commercial is sponsored by Checkers.
Mm-hmm. Lauren's over here just talking away over here. Yeah.
All right.
Doing her Zoom
All
meeting.
right, ready? Look. Fry Lover's Burger.
Yeah.
Fry Lover's Burger.
Uh huh. Wait, is this for you or like?
Fully
It's
loaded fry.
7-0 by the way, guys. It's a great start if you're the Magic. This is very ideal.
Okay.
And AG got going. He's got 5 already, right?
And it's with a steal. Your boy Evan, we're gonna have to see if he can, repeat.
That's your man's.
And Vooch, we talked about this, kind of privately, but I really wish he would just stick to the corner threes.
Yeah, corner threes or just get inside,
Right.
big guy. Because I mean, we try to say that Aaron Gordon can shoot threes, and that just because he shoots them and makes literally the average amount at 33% or whatever it is, doesn't mean you should do it.
Right. And Bogdanovich with an and one there on James Ennis. And how about James Ennis the other night with the step back three?
Dude, I mean, he had some good moves the other night. He had, I think it was a quick behind the back that sent the defender the other way. I mean, he played really well. I hope that he can continue to do that tonight.
Right. Dude, have you ever had a fully loaded fry from Checkers?
No.
Unbelievable.
Do we have Checkers here? I don't think we do. Jonathan's a big Checkers guy.
Oh, I'm a big Checkers guy. It's obviously Checkers fries, and then you got the ranch dressing. Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon
just
just
work early.
He heard you.
He heard me.
He said you said I had 5 attempts last game. I have 5 attempts in the first 3 minutes.
We're inside the bubble. He can hear me.
Yep. We are. I think
shovel food in my mouth.
Listen, that's fine. I'm going to be eating pork tenderloin here pretty soon, so.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Those of you watching at home, feel free to Uber in your favorite treats, whatever you want. Join in on the fun. It's not our fault that the Magic scheduled tip-off time for dinner time,
It's really not. That Holmes. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's honestly like seeing guys play that I don't watch all the time with like the social justice messages on the back. I'm completely losing track of who's who.
Right. Sometimes I have to wait for the hero shot, which is the shot that they take camera shot wise after he makes a bucket, and sometimes I need to wait for that before I know who it is.
De'Aaron Fox, big Dragon Ball Z fan. I know, Luke, you're not really big on Dragon Ball Z, but
not really anything nerdy, Jonathan.
Oh, okay. Well, you're just insulting a bunch of people out there, but
that's fine. That's fine. To each their own. Nerds.
Wow. Nothing wrong with being a nerd. It's all right.
I never said there was. It's just what they are. You with Final Fantasy and all that stuff.
Hey, that's right. Till I die.
Do you have the audio right now on your TV, or you just listen to it quiet too?
No, I have it separate from like the stream. I can hear it, but nobody else can hear it. I have it pretty low.
I gotcha. Did you watch any of that Lakers Raptors?
I did. It was kind of difficult just because we had my wife's baby shower yesterday. So I was just completely exhausted. But from everything that I gathered, terrible game out of LeBron and Anthony Davis, and Toronto was just doing it all.
Yeah, Toronto, I mean, AD and Braun were off, but I mean, there was a reason for that. Their defensive schemes in Toronto are just ridiculous.
Yeah, we definitely
Vogel was out there playing. Vogel's out there playing Dwight and AD together because AD doesn't like run on the 5, but like it very much hurt them more than helped them.
Aaron Gordon, my goodness.
Is it or 9? I think it's 9.
He's like, all right, I didn't shoot the ball last game. Now I'm shooting it every single time I touch it.
That's fine, apparently.
Yeah, seriously.
He's kind of just getting to the bucket whenever he wants.
This is
foul him, they
Gordon
foul
that
him.
We need.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just getting to the rim, good cuts off the ball, getting to the free throw line like that. That is the blueprint for Aaron Gordon to be an all-star.
That was a nice look there by Was that DJ on the pick and
Yep,
roll?
to Vooch. Beautiful.
DJ can just pick and roll every play, and that's all
That's
right.
what he needs to do.
That is A-okay.
They go under it like Marc Gasol. You raise up and knock it down.
Night.
Whoa.
That goal. I'm guessing they called goaltending.
Yeah,
I don't have my
definitely
audio up.
goaltending.
But, sheesh.
Yeah, Aaron with 9 of the first 15.
Things you love to see. Oh, does he have it? Bang.
Now you're a few seconds ahead of me here. Thanks a lot,
yep.
Hulu.
Magic PR ruined that for me, though.
Oh, really?
Since obviously they're ahead, they tweeted out that we've now made a 3 in X amount of consecutive games.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always kills you.
What is it? Have not made at least 1 3 in 1,051 consecutive games dating back to 2007. Which I read that and I'm like, that's great. But what's everybody else's records looking like? How many 3s in a row have they made?
I know we're like towards the top of the league with that, but and DJ for 3. Man.
I mean, it's a good sign now that we jump out to an early lead. They cut the deficit, and then we get back. I mean, now we're up 9 all over again. So nice to see that we're being resilient to start the night for sure.
Yeah, I mean, because the schedule starts to get a lot tougher after this. You know, I think when you and I talked about it leading up to the restart, you know, we picked the Magic basically to win these first 2 games. Pulling up our schedule right now. Yeah, so after this, we don't play again until Tuesday, but it's Pacers and then back-to-back the Raptors the next night. Definitely not ideal. So it's Pacers, Raptors, 76ers, Celtics, and then it's Pelicans.
I think I had our W's coming early these first 2.
Yeah.
And then we end the season with 2 and we lose the 4 in the middle. So
yeah. It's
I mean, it might. I hope we can just beat the Pacers because that back-to-back against the Raptors is going to be probably pretty brutal.
Right.
I wish it was not off a back-to-back so we could get a better sense of what it's going to be like come, game 1 of the playoffs. But, yeah, I mean, man, after last night, the Raptors really made me second guess any of my predictions. I understand.
I tried to tell you.
No, you try. You what that they're very good.
That they were very good, and you weren't buying it.
Listen, Lowry did have an incredible game for him, like no question, incredible game by his standards, and AD and LeBron didn't have a great game. So I mean, there's a lot to kind of weigh in.
I think it
and
was
weigh out there,
the result was exaggerated, like on both ends. Like the Lakers obviously aren't that bad, and the Raptors probably looked a little bit better than they actually are last night.
Right, and then Nick Nurse effect came in with 4 minutes to go. I mean, their defensive scheme in the last 4 minutes, that every hole was clogged. I mean, they literally couldn't get anywhere. When they thought they had something, they would double team or close out. I mean, they wouldn't let them breathe in the last 4 minutes of that game. I don't know how many points Lakers scored in the last 4 minutes, but it wasn't much.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think, when we've talked about the Raptors, and the Magic kind of matching up in the first round. At what point do you almost like have to rip the Band-Aid off and be like, even with this minutes restriction, I have to see what the starting 5 looks like with Markelle and J.I. being as how we haven't played together in 7 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at some point you just have to say, okay, we've got to get some of these moments going, just so that they can try to get that chemistry back that, that they had, at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
As we're seeing this replay of the last time we played Sacramento when Aaron Gordon had that game-winning lay-in. Look at this, bro. That's perfection right there. Checkers fries right on the burger. Can't be mad at that. All over it.
When was that game that we played them last? Was it February or something?
It's been so long now, dude. I don't even remember.
That ball just gets
January
stuck.
or February. a wedgie.
Yeah, nice little wedgie there.
Aaron's dad, virtual fan.
Little does he know he's stuck there for the next 4 quarters. I mean, I would feel like I couldn't even get up to get something to eat.
Right.
Trying to score from the time we played them.
Okay, and Gordon gets pushed to the floor. Nothing. Ennis is getting trapped in the corner. Somebody's got to come to him, help him there.
Yeah, that was rough. I mean, he shouldn't have. It was unfortunate that he got stuck on the sideline there, but
everyone's just watching. Okay, Harrison.
Woof. Yeah, you got DJ on you. That's barbecue chicken.
Yeah. I remember when Harrison Barnes announced that he was returning for his sophomore season at UNC. I was so excited.
What were his numbers like there?
I mean, not amazing. I want to say probably like somewhere in the like 14 to 16 a game range. He, especially his, was it his freshman or was it his sophomore year? He just went nuts in the ACC tournament. Like, just really had a great tournament. And then I went into the NCAA tournament, like the Magic or not the Magic, good grief. The Tar Heels are, going to make the Final Four and do all this kind of stuff. And I think we made the Final Four, came a game short as DJ misses the corner three. Ennis with the rebound.
Ennis is
good. Dude, he's feisty.
Getting the rebounds. I mean, that's the thing about our guys that are, guys that aren't going to give you 15 a game. You look at guys like him and Michael Carter-Williams. The one thing that they are always doing is hustling like that.
Yeah.
And which is, I mean, that's what you need the most. Fans are an important part of especially fans are an important part of being on a team and what, if the fans' perspective of you is. Obviously, they don't make the decisions about contracts, but it helps when you hustle like that. The fans love you for that.
Right.
That's why fans love Michael Carter-Williams, regardless of what he does. I mean, as long as he's getting those loose balls, those 50-50s.
Yes, sir. I'm kind of sad that De'Aaron Fox cut his hair.
Yeah.
Liked his hair.
What did he do that during quarantine?
He must have. I don't remember seeing that prior to.
Yeah, only reason I know who he was when he made his first play of the game was because of his number, and that's about it.
Right.
Yeah, you're Harrison Barnes at UNC, 17 points a game.
He wasn't bad. He just
no, I mean
he wasn't quite as
in
good
college.
As he was like at one point. I think he was like the number one prospect coming out of high school.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, in college, I mean, 17 points a game is all you need.
No, it's solid, but I don't know. Like, it just at UNC, it never seems like we get like the guy like Kyrie or Kevin Durant or Zion. Like that.
We got a bunch of dudes. Like you got a bunch of guys that are able to kind of fill it up.
It's usually like a lot of like 4-star recruits. You know what I mean? That Roy Williams, like he likes to build a program. You know what I mean? Like he likes to recruit guys that are going to be there 2, 3, 4 years, so they can be competitive over those years. But when you talk about guys like Justin Jackson, Marcus Page, Joel Berry, Tyler Hansborough, Danny Green, Wayne Ellington, like guys that ended up winning national championships for North Carolina, they were all there for at least 2, 3, 4 years each.
Yeah, and you had Harrison there for 2 years.
2 years, yep. And they just couldn't get it done, but that was really unfortunate. I think that was when like Tyler Zeller was there, John Henson, so like guys that ended up being NBA players, but like Harrison, he was supposed to be like the next Kyrie, like that level of college player, and he was good, but just never quite lived up to the expectations. And now even in the NBA, you know what I mean? Like, as good as he was in high school, people were going to think he was just going to be like this, perennial all-star. And then, won a, title with the Warriors. But then you saw that series in 2016 where he was basically useless.
Yep.
And I mean, you go from Harrison Barnes to KD. You can't really argue with that. But then he was in signed that big contract with Dallas, and now he's with Sacramento and whatnot. So a moment with Dante. I love these. I really do. Oh.
What did you just do? Just
food all over myself. Yep.
It's great.
Oh, Bamba, dude. Looks so weird swinging a golf club. So big.
Yeah, even if his swing is solid, it's going to look weird.
A few years ago, when we had like Victor Oladipo, Kyle O'Quinn, and those guys, the team felt like there was good chemistry, but it was more like cliquey.
Yeah.
Like it was like Nick and Evan were over here, and then you had like that whole gang, and then you had guys like.
It's not still that way.
I don't know. It just seems like for the most part, like it still might be Vooch and Evan most of the time, but like everybody else seems like they all enjoy, and like those guys do too, but like especially, I don't know, like Mo, DJ, Markell, Terrence, Aaron, BJ, Gary, all those guys seem to enjoy hanging out.
Right.
I mean, in this setting, you don't really have any other choice, right?
Yeah, you better like hanging out. It is funny though. There's guys that Aaron Gordon kind of forced into a late shot clock turnaround jumper. But it is interesting working in Lakeland when I got to travel with the team to Michigan. It's really funny. The guys that they don't have problems with anybody, but they just aren't extroverts.
Ross for 3 in the corner.
There you go. T. Ross gets it going.
Tally.
Yeah, they're just not. They would rather just sit in their hotel room and do nothing. So that makes it come off as like that there's clicks and stuff. I don't know if there's anyone that's really that way in Orlando. Besides maybe BJ Johnson. I'm introverted. Oh. T. Ross, little heat check early and couldn't get it.
All right.
Did you already destroy all that food or?
No. I'm just like being self-conscious at this point because literally, usually this food would just all be gone, and I'm just trying not to be a complete pig on the stream here. To be perfectly honest with you.
Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta, yeah, but I'm not trying to gross anybody out. Apparently, Dame went absolutely bananas earlier. I think Portland was down by like 24, and then he just started getting buckets.
Here comes J.I. checking in. Man, that is so bulky on his leg.
That brace, it's concerning, definitely. Most of the time, it like he doesn't even seem to think about it, but like when he definitely knows, like, all right, most of my weight is about to come down on this leg, he kind of seems to hold back just a little bit still.
Right.
Markelle Fultz in the game here. Minister of Defense. Buddy Hield. He was so much fun to watch at Oklahoma.
Yeah, he was.
So
was that Trey. Game in March? Was it him in March Madness that had 40 or something?
I don't remember. I just remember like the crazy was it like double or triple overtime game against Kansas?
Yeah.
I remember watching Trey at Oklahoma too. It was just like, oh, Trey's playing. All right, I need to turn the game on.
Yeah, there's some players in college that some college basketball games are just very ugly, but some of those guys, I mean, you have to turn on your TV. It's the same way with NBA, obviously. Luka, when he was playing the other night, I had to turn on my TV and see what he was doing. Kristaps Porzingis played really well the other day
again. Too. Good grief. Yeah, that fourth quarter was just so hard to watch. That Houston and Markelle Fultz just oh my god.
Markell,
what are we doing here? Oh man. That was bad. But yeah, that was just a rough fourth quarter to watch the other night. All right. Harrison Barnes. Oh, man.
Terrence Ross has passed Jeff Turner for 25th.
Saw that.
On the Magic all-time points.
All right. How do you feel about the fact that Vooch is going to go down as one of the best players in Orlando Magic history?
The organization should be asking themselves how do they feel about that. Not me. Not me.
Wow, Buddy Hield just whiffed on one.
Yeesh.
Right at the rim.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Vooch with Orlando has not. Obviously, he's had incredible regular seasons, but he's going to be defined by a lot of Magic fans as by his playoff performances,
True.
And he has a chance this year to redeem himself.
Right.
But after what AD did last night in an abysmal performance, you got to think Marc Gasol played some point in that.
And Luke, when are people going to learn to stop trying to jump and block Terrence Ross's shot?
Never. It's never going to happen. There was a guy like that on the Gators, Jalen Hudson, who they just, with Terrence, he gets so high on his jump shot that it's hard to time when you're supposed to jump. And a lot of these guys, like, they jump and think they're going to land before or after Terrence Ross hits the ground. But these guys are just colliding with him midair.
The numbers have to show that he just almost is never blocked on 3-point attempts. So don't even bother. He gets fouled more frequently shooting a three than he does getting the shot blocked.
Another Terrence Ross accolade tonight. He's passed Nick Anderson for 99th on the NBA's all-time three-pointers list with 1,056.
Wow. Top 100, that's not bad at all.
No, and it's expected for Terrence Ross to kind of climb the ranks since that is his most popular shot for sure.
I'm digging the braids. These are like the same style braids that Terrence Ross had last year when he hit that big shot against Philadelphia and then came and slapped his thighs harder than I've ever seen any human being. The only thing I could think of was dude, that has to hurt.
Yeah, it didn't feel great.
Definitely not. Come on, Hulu. Good grief. It's just buffering.
What's it doing? Buffering?
Magic on a 10-0 run right now. That's right. Sacramento has Kent Bazemore now. Chance the Rapper.
Yep. Yeah, Holmes is going to the free throw line right now. It's 31-17, so.
Love to figure out what's going on with the comments. If anybody's watching the stream right now, for some reason we're not able to see comments. When I set this up earlier, everything was good to go, and now obviously it's not. So, not great.
Not great, Bob.
Not great at all. See if I can get this figured out maybe at halftime. Excuse me. Markelle with the mid-range.
Markelle Fultz.
Yes, sir. He looks like he's getting into better shape now.
Yeah, I mean, should be, as Clifford said pre-game. Essentially, his plan is to play Markelle more than he did in the first game. Markelle again.
He starts doing this. If he's doing this against Kyle Lowry,
Yeah.
It's something serious. As the Magic are up 13 now, with a minute 20 to go in the first.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. If he can get it going, and obviously in the playoffs it's huge, but against the Raptors, that's what we missed that last year for sure. Obviously, we had DJ step up and make that shot for game one, but after that, I don't know.
Really, outside of that shot, it was like the first half for DJ, and then they switched Danny Green onto DJ, and he just couldn't get open.
At what point in that series with the Raptors last year did you think to yourself, "Oh, okay, never mind. This isn't what
when we lost Game 3 in Orlando, when DJ did not box out Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry, got that rebound. That's when I was like, okay, like this was our chance to make this a series, and now it's over. I was so mad. Basically, me and Carmen drove over to. Terrence knocks down the free throw. We drive over to Orlando. I pack up my entire PC, and in the hotel room before the game, I set up all my podcast equipment, and I walked back to the hotel just fuming, and recorded an episode of the podcast after that. And how is that not a foul on Buddy Hield? Come on.
Yeah, you're gonna stay tuned for this Terrence Ross dodgeball play.
Oh my, perfect. Perfect.
No, for
Luke
me,
and I are not synced here.
No, not at all. But that way I can tell you what's coming.
Right.
But for me, the playoffs last year, man, game 2, to be honest with you, like not far into game 2, I saw that Toronto came out with an entirely different defensive scheme and was just
Markelle Fultz again. What is happening?
Nasty. But I saw the Raptors came out with that intensity on defense and that different scheme, and I was like, I don't know how we're going to score. Luckily, the Raptors are going to have to figure out how to score. Spoiler alert, J.I. gets the ball in a fast break.
Can we not do this, though? Like, can I at least see what's happening? Good grief, if J.I. is going to go to the line. Buddy Hield is not happy about it at all. I'm trying my best to fast forward here, but just not really, not working.
Don't worry, I won't spoil alert you anymore.
No,
I'll just react. I'll just scream at random moments, and you're gonna think something huge is about to happen, and it's not.
No, that's the only we cut the cord last year with getting rid of cable just because it's just stupid how expensive it is. But this is the one issue that I have. Like I want to go back to Frontier and be like, give me cable and just give me this one channel, please.
Yeah.
I'll pay you $40 a month for it, but this is all I want.
Mm-hmm.
Because with Hulu, it's almost like a 40-second delay. I'm sure there's people that are watching the game live right now that are like, oh, I'm like a minute ahead of these guys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's just the nature of streaming at this time.
I know we've been looking at the point differential in this game, but can we pay attention to the fact that we've got 41 points in the first quarter?
Yeah, that's incredible. Okay. No way. Get out of here. No! My God!
Did it count? The score didn't change.
Count. That had to have counted. My goodness, Markelle Fultz.
He got it off for sure. Holy cow! Way early. What a shot! Markelle still hasn't missed,
dude.
He's still perfect.
Absolutely incredible.
The only thing that's different is that wasn't a mid-range shot. He was 3 for 3 on mid-range. My goodness.
Let's see.
44 points in a quarter.
Unbelievable. Dude. Hey, Markelle 1 for 1 3-pointers right now. Let's just point that out. Magic up 18 at the end of the first quarter. Good grief.
Is it bad that I'm cool with Markelle just shoot those?
Can we talk about how ESPN says Markelle Fultz just made a 34-foot 3-pointer? That would have been a 34-footer from the other side. Come on.
Disrespecting his range.
My goodness. I mean, the Magic just really doing a great job defensively, holding Sacramento 43% from the field, 14%, 1 of 7 from the Kings in that first quarter. Magic shooting 68% right now, 55% from the 3-point line. And you're right, Markelle Fultz 4 of 4 1 of 1 for 3, 9 points in 4 minutes. Good night. Markelle Fultz,
I mean,
what a guy.
Granted, you even take out that 3/4 court shot, he's still 6 points in 4 minutes. So, I mean, we'll take
ridiculous.
it. You see the numbers, was it that Dante or somebody put out about Jonathan Isaac's points in the last 2 games and the breakdown of the minutes?
I have not. No, I know that his efficiency has just been absolutely ridiculous. It was like 16 points in 17 minutes last game, and the game before that it was like 13 points in 7 minutes. Just craziness.
Might be Josh Robbins that put it. No.
All right, let's see here. All right. I love this Mace song that they're using for everything. Last year when Vooch re-signed, for $100 million, I put a video on the 6-Man Show Instagram of Vooch with this song just to troll all the people that hate him. It's pretty great.
So I found Isaac's numbers. Obviously, we know he's been incredible, but his last 2 games, 32 points combined, obviously. 32 points, 11 for 13 from the field, 4 for 4. He's still perfect from 3, and 13 rebounds and nearly 23 and a half minutes of playing time. That's 32 points in 23 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. I mean, the hot shooting has, been pretty true so far. So, I mean, like I said, at some point I want to see Isaac and Fultz kind of, put back into that starting lineup just at least for a few minutes to see what that looks like. Yeah. But, Philip Rossman-Reich talked on his podcast the other day about how, the Magic still aren't running any plays for Jonathan Isaac. He's doing everything just kind of off of feel and knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
Here comes Fultz again. Oh, here comes Terrence
Good
Ross.
night.
Stop it. Get out of here. Let's go. My
7. The Magic, and especially in the scrimmage, we saw, you and I talked a lot about this, couldn't hit a 3 to save their life.
Especially Terrence and Evan.
It's 7 for 11 already.
Good grief. And really, so far, the defense has been there also. It's not just this, offensive explosion that we've seen. The Magic are doing a good job of getting out, challenging shooters, challenging guys that are getting into, into the paint as well. So, I mean, with Jonathan, even in January, it was like, okay, when are we going to see both sides of this team show up? One night it's an offensive juggernaut. The next night, you can't score on the team, but they can't score either. And, the big and Markelle Fultz just swatting the ball out of bounds. Good grief, he's all over the place right now. But the big thing was, that 22-9 stretch to end the season last year was incredibly efficient offensively and one of the best defensive teams in the league. So this team has the ability to do both. They just can't always seem to put it together. But so far tonight, it looks like they are.
Yeah, I mean, not much else you can ask for.
Florida Gator.
Corey Brewer, go Gators. People were talking about the other day because we had TJ Warren drop 52 the other night. I saw people talking about, what are the most surprising, big game point totals from players in the NBA history. Obviously, people brought up Terrence Ross in Toronto, being one of them. Another one was Corey Brewer, who had a lot of buckets.
Was he with the Rockets at that time? I know it was 50 something, or was it Minnesota? I don't remember. Mo Williams is another one of those, guys that put up like 50 points in a game once. Man, Jay, I just couldn't get to that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, so it was against the Rockets. It was when he was on the Wolves.
The Wolves. I knew it was one of them. Yeah.
51 points. I mean, TJ Warren's 3-point shooting the other night was just unreal.
Oof. All right, a few offensive fouls here. Not great. Not what you want.
Bad breaks. Yeah, Corey Brewer, when he drops his 51, His previous high was 27.
Yeah. Well,
He
looking
shot
back,
63%.
now that we know what we know about Brandon Jennings, like that, what was it, 55 points his rookie year? Definitely never came anywhere close to that again.
Right. Crazy thing, they've got the shot chart. Brewer only had 1 3 in
That's
that
insane.
whole game. He shot
Chance
15
the
free
Rapper
throws.
just hit a corner 3. Kings on a 7-0 run right now. As Magic have had a few turnovers here, offensive fouls.
Well, this is the big thing. Like I talked about it kind of earlier, but the big thing is in the past when
Michael
teams make a
Carter
run
Williams.
against them. Yeah, it was nice. When teams make a run against the Magic in the past, like probably 2 seasons ago, probably not true as much last year, but when teams make a run, answering was the issue that the Magic had. Oh no, baby.
Oh boy. Isaac. Good grief. The Euro step, though, like we talk about him being kind of careful with the knee. The Euro step is the thing. Oh my goodness, Jonathan Isaac, you animal. Good grief. Markell is just getting thrown all over the place. Thankfully, we got a whistle. But Jonathan Isaac, my gosh.
Get it done on both ends.
Seriously.
I mean, that's obviously the hope for Magic fans. We know he can play defense. We've talked about that countless times that he would have been in discussion for Defensive Player of the Year if he stayed healthy.
Definitely. We
know he can play defense, at least most improved. But we know he can play defense. We just need him to continue to get buckets because I think he was averaging like 12 a game prior to the season ending and his injury.
Right.
So getting more from him would be.
What is happening? What is happening?
I mean, when one's hot, the whole squad's hot, I guess.
No. Dude.
2 for 2, Markell.
Yeah, but like, including scrimmages, he's got to be shooting over 50% so far in this restart. He was 1 of 1 in the scrimmage against, man, I can't even remember who it was. My head is spinning right now. Against the Nuggets.
The Nuggets? Yeah.
And then did he shoot any threes the other night against Brooklyn? I can't remember. But 2 of 2 from tonight. And that stroke just now, Luke, looked fluid, and it was nothing but net. And my Hulu is just
yep.
Why are you doing this to me? Oh my gosh. Of course, during ads, I can't really fast forward at all, so. Markelle Fultz.
I just tweeted from our account.
I was about to. I'm glad you got to it first.
I said Markelle Fultz. That's the tweet.
Facts.
So
accurate. Okay, let's see. Oh man, unbelievable.
I mean, obviously this is kind of an out of body experience for Markelle right now, but can you imagine if we can get that production from him? Man.
Absolutely.
Obviously not to that extent, but just
good grief, dude.
And that 2 for 2 on 3 stats is a little fudged because of that half court shot, but
hey, it went in.
Man, it speaks to the kind of game that the Magic are having.
It went in, all right. That's all that matters.
It does seem to go that that half court shots and 3/4 court shots go in if your team is just beating the brakes off the other team. Right. It's just why not at this point? Just go in. Yeah, so if you look, I'm looking at the box score real quick, Jonathan, before I switch back to the Hulu app. Terrence Ross, 3 for 4 from 3. Those are all his field goal attempts as well. 13 points. Markelle Fultz, 2 for 2 from 3, 5 for 5 from the field, 12 points. Aaron Gordon, 4 for 6 from the field, 11 points. I mean, we're only a quarter and a half away, into this game, and you've already got 3 dudes in double digits.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and again, just to echo what I said is, the defense has been there so far tonight as well. Sacramento, from what I understand, has been one of the better offensive teams in the league this year, and holding them to 33 points. We're almost halfway through the second quarter now, and the Magic, with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter, already have 54 points. So it's just like everything seems to be coming together for the Magic tonight. If that continues, I just won't know what to think. Like if we end up going like 6-2 over these 8 games, I'm gonna be like unreasonably excited. And David Steele's asking, "Is this anything?"
What was it?
He's getting into it right now. He's talking about Markell. Markelle Fultz shooting 63.9% from the mid-range since the All-Star break. Is this anything? Vooch is at 57%. I think it's anything.
I mean, dude, remember, before we kind of really got started with the game, I was talking about that second unit having J.I. and Markell in there, really giving the boost to the team. I mean, this is the best boost you could ask for, probably. The Magic bench has outscored the Kings bench 31-10. So,
gotta love it. A lot of that obviously coming from Terrence Ross and Markelle Fultz.
The season high, Magic PR or Josh Robbins, tweeted this out. Magic's high point total for first half of the season is 71. So the watch begins.
Terrence Ross is out of his mind right now. My God.
These are one of the games where you love Terrence Ross.
I love Terrence Ross you got to take the good with the bad.
Listen, me too. I love Terrence Ross all the time, but there are people who want to be kind of hot and cold on Terrence Ross because of that. But when he gives you games like this, just shut up and enjoy it. And the next time he shoots, 2 for 7, 2 for 8, 2 for 9 from 3, just don't worry about it. Remember this game.
Absolutely. And Larry Giles, another guy that or Harry Giles, I never remember his name.
I was about to say Larry.
Harry
that's
Giles
interesting.
Coming out of Duke, everybody thought he was going to be, again like Harrison Barnes, just kind of like one of those next guys, and was never able to stay healthy, in college in his first couple of years in the league, but still a guy that a lot of people think has a lot of potential.
Yep.
Oh, look at that. The Magic Vision app. Everybody's voting for a bell for David Steele. People love David Steele.
Hard not to.
I agree. From your people. And Kem Birch, man. Kem Birch, especially, the game the other night against Brooklyn, looked like the Kem Birch, from a season ago that helped us go on that huge run when Bamba went out. So if he can regain form, that's also really, really good for the Magic as well. And Vooch is getting ready to check back in for Birch. So don't know how much longer we're gonna see J.I. and Markell in this first half. Would like to see them, get a few minutes with the starters at the end of the half here. That'd be great.
Yep. Do we know how many? Obviously, I can check, but how many minutes Markell and J.I. have played so far, just so we know when they're probably going to go out for the rest. What a block by J.I. Brewer wanted a goaltending.
Right. Yeah, it was close. Here comes Markell.
No. I was about to say.
No, dude.
I was
about
to spaz.
Oh, J.I. just can't hold on to it. Magic up 21 right now. Did you bet any money on this game?
No. No monetary value in this.
Surprising.
Okay, dude.
I'm just saying. I mean, hey, you I'm not saying anything bad.
You don't got to air me out right here.
Not like that. I would have thought that you would have placed a wager on this. That's all.
No. I mostly learned in college that wagering anything on the Magic is bad news bears.
That's a fact.
For or against, it hurts either way.
Right. I'm just really waiting for the moment where the switch changes in Markell's brain and he realizes that, basically the best chance for the Magic to succeed offensively is for him to just say, okay, I'm either going to get to the rim every single time or I'm going to collapse the defense and find who's open.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only person, on the team, especially from the perimeter, that has the mix of, the handles, the athleticism, the size, the shiftiness, he literally just gets to the rim whenever he wants to. It's pretty crazy. Marcus J101 on Twitch. I've got the chat working on another screen here. Luke, he's asking, do you think AG will be traded? I think that he's meaning this offseason.
I don't think so. But I also have no clue. So
yeah, he's gonna have 2 years on his contract, so the Magic definitely don't have to trade him. I definitely think whatever happens with Chuma is really going to have a lot to say about that. Whoever we draft, and then really just what kind of offers the Magic get in the offseason. I would lean towards no, but I'm probably like 65 to 70% sure. I would say that he's not going to get traded.
I mean, something we know to be true with our front office is, unless with a guy like Aaron Gordon, unless they want to trade him and like that is the initial target, like they want to trade, get this guy for AG. I mean, they're not going to just throw him in something like our past front office probably would have done. They're not going to settle for anything. And I know I've said that countless times, but that's just so important for Magic fans to understand, because I can understand you'd have trust issues. You have trust issues as a Magic fan, especially front offices. But rest assured. But I mean, some people want AG gone, and there are times where, we have our doubts about AG and his offensive production. But I mean, tonight you kind of forget about it.
Yeah, definitely. As the Kings have started to get a little bit momentum, so Steve Clifford calls a timeout after the Kings have cut the lead to 17. But yeah, when it comes to AG, it's just like you said, they're not just going to throw him in something just for the sake of acquiring a pretty good player. It's going to have to be somebody that they're specifically targeting. And this guy on the elliptical on this cricket commercial, this guy doesn't age.
What is that? Is that a booger?
I think so. I don't really know. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
I can understand. Lauren just looked at me like I had 12 eyes. Out of context, that did sound like a weird sentence.
It sounds pretty weird.
But it's the Cricket Wireless commercial. They have like a green mascot or something, and looks like a booger. And
it's just a little green blob.
Mm-hmm. He's a green blob.
Yeah, Markell is popping off right now. And I gotta say, the other night, and we'll talk more about this when we record the podcast tonight, but okay, sorry about that. No, like J.I., after, standing for the anthem and everything like that, he almost looked kind of like distracted in the beginning of that Brooklyn game.
I would
Obviously. Be. Oh, yeah, definitely. He definitely, he got it going and everything, but there's a couple of times, and obviously it's a different atmosphere, but where, like, I saw him, you could see him look directly into the camera, like directly into the broadcast camera, almost like maybe thinking, like, I wonder how people are, reacting to that right now, but looks much more comfortable, much more focused tonight, at least early on here. But like I said, we'll talk more about that when we actually record the podcast tonight. But definitely good to see from J.I. So, Josh Robbins, it seems like he was able to attend the game the other night against the Nets. I wonder how all that is working.
Say that again. Sorry, I'm distracted over here.
Robbins,
That's just
he mentioned that he was actually at the game the other night. So I wonder.
Oh right,
I wonder how
I
that's
think
working.
Well, so obviously they're far away up there, but they're masked up and all that stuff.
Right, probably far away. I miss that building, man.
Yeah.
I don't love that drive. So like every time we go to a Magic game, I kind of like just dread that drive. But as soon as we get off of that exit, I think it's like 81B or they've changed the exits a little bit down there, so it's a little bit different now. But as soon as we get on that exit and I see the Amway Center, like I just get like it's almost like I get butterflies. Like I just get so excited to be in that building.
Like you're seeing your middle school crush for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much, yeah. I mean, well, or seeing my wife every day. You know what I mean? As I have to look around to see if she's listening. Harrison Barnes, man, just sometimes he's got it, sometimes he don't.
Like in the NBA Finals on the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah. When he didn't.
When he did not have it. It's interesting when I go to the Magic schedule and try to see like the prior games. Oh, okay, it's all never mind. I'm dumb.
Aaron
Forget
Gordon for 3. The Magic back up 20. He really hasn't been shooting, many of those so far. Since the Magic have been back to Orlando.
How many points does the Magic have on your screen right now?
Aaron Gordon, back-to-back triples. What's that?
What is happening? I feel like we're watching 2 separate games right now.
Where are you?
The Magic have 59 on mine.
No, the Magic. I think you're behind a little bit now somehow. The Magic. Let's see.
Oh wait, there we go.
Magic have
Okay,
67 now.
Okay, yeah, I had to hit the watch live button for some reason.
Right.
Let me. Yeah, I mean the last time that Orlando played Sacramento, Vooch had 26 and 15. I'm gonna check and see what this minute distribution is looking like right now for Orlando.
See how much we're gonna see J.I. and Markell in the second half.
Isaac's at 8 right now. Markell's at 9.
All right, we'll probably see J.I. maybe like another 10 minutes in this half, and Markell maybe another 11 or 12 maybe.
You mean 10 minutes total?
Like another. We'll probably J.I.'s played what? You said 8 minutes.
8.
Yeah, so we might see him play like another 10 minutes, maybe like 18.
Yeah.
He played 16 the other night.
Yeah.
And then Markell played 19 the other night, so we'll see him play like 20 or 21 minutes tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I would love someone to ask after the game just if Clifford plans on playing that starting unit from earlier this year at any point here. And dude, that was Kent Bazemore. Man, I thought that was De'Aaron. That was a sick reverse. Really? Come on now.
Yeah. 21-point game.
Going to see West tonight at all?
Maybe.
I mean, if the game stays like this, I'm sure we'll see him in the second half.
Yep.
Yeah, Kent Bazemore. See, even David Steele's getting confused between De'Aaron Fox and Kent Bazemore.
Did he confuse him?
Yeah, he's like, oh, Kent Bazemore. He's like, oh, wait, that was De'Aaron Fox. Evan. Best Orlando Magic player of the season right there.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, man. All right. Let's see here.
Magic and Kings turnovers and turnover stats are just so similar. Both 11 points off turnovers.
Per game or this game so far?
This game so far.
Ooh,
Mm,
definitely
that would have been.
would have been a little bit better if he wasn't unbalanced there. So far, we've done a really good job of containing Heald and De'Aaron Fox, especially.
Great hands by MCW.
DJ
Oh,
knocking it down. Think we're synced up again here.
yeah. I think that might have passed the most first half points. Did I say 71
Grief.
this season?
Well, the Magic were playing, pretty great defense. Let up a little bit here the last 6 minutes, but
Which is to be expected when you're up this much. I
right,
mean,
yeah.
obviously, we'd love for them to continue to dig in and play defense, but when you're up that much, it's very hard. Hard to
No.
find your purpose to do that.
See, that's what Aaron Gordon needs to eliminate from his game. That right there.
Yeah.
That just no reason for that. Oh my! That looked
Whoa.
all ball. That looked all ball.
Ref was just surprised MCW got up to get it.
Right. All
Oh,
ball.
buddy.
All ball. You gotta challenge that.
They can challenge, right?
Cliff.
I don't think he.
You're up
cares.
22. Come on here, buddy.
Maybe Cliff's thinking, if they shrink this deficit,
yeah.
I need that challenge. Probably selfishly, we wanted him to challenge it because definitely would have gotten overturned.
There's Wes. Good to see Wes back.
Westcott.
Well, this is I understand the premise of you want to have it in those clutch moments, but 2 points, any point during the game is 2 points.
Yeah, but that one's surefire. I mean, yeah, and that one was surefire. I mean, that was no chance that was a foul. Oh my goodness. DJ loves the obviously it didn't count, but DJ loves those runners off one foot from anywhere on the court. There's a little RP funding scores table sponsor. Magic must be home team.
Yeah. All right, come on. This ref, number 33, bro. Ease up on the whistle. It's a 20-point game right now. And that's what this guy's telling me. He's like, come on, bro. Chill with the whistle.
You think that's what the conversation is?
Yeah, he's like, you're being ridiculous.
Trying to get to halftime.
Seriously. He's like, listen, I got plans tonight, all right? I'm going to be sitting by the pool. Potential flagrant. Is that what he just said? Is that what they just called? Okay, he's holding. Good grief. Doesn't seem like there's much to talk about here.
Kudos to those people behind the scores table that are doing all that with the mask on.
Right.
Nice.
It's a pretty cool setup. Part of me is just would the worst, and obviously it would suck as a fan, but would the worst television broadcast version of basketball that, they should have that every single game.
What was the call there?
Basically foul before the inbound. Orlando will get the shot in the ball, I believe. But I was too busy just admiring the whole way that worked, where Malloy pressed the button. It was just a live feed to his audio. But part of me is man, especially watching the NHL yesterday, it's really not the worst way to watch a game.
Yeah.
I just feel like next year, I don't think the Magic are going to re-sign Wes, unfortunately. And I just feel like we're going to be watching him, play meaningful minutes on a playoff team. And, Wes is a guy that doesn't really make a ton of mistakes. So he's going to come in. Aaron, 19 points, 7 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 2 from 3. Good grief, just great first half out of Aaron. But we're going to be sitting here why didn't we value Wes more?
Yeah, I mean, we've had our fair share of those moments being a Magic fan.
Right.
But
Dude, I don't even recognize Bielitsa with that hair.
mm. But also, I mean, like Wes is fine,
Yeah, he's
but
not
his
amazing, but I
his
just feel like
percentages are kind of rough shooting wise. Like this year, 39.7% from the field, 31% from three.
yeah, and most of the attempts that Wes has, you know what I mean. It's just either because he's open for three, so he's got to take it, or like when he does foray into the lane and take a mid range or something. It's like end of the shot clock type of stuff. Like nothing is really ran for Wes.
Yeah, no, and Wes obviously has had flashes, like most players do. But he had that game. I think he had 18 or 19 against the Lakers. I think that was his game high, probably career as well.
Tassa, wow, my one of my buddies, Keith, just said, just want to say what's up. 75 before the half, go Magic. That's right, man. And West for three, no
Mm.
good. Yeah, are we really gonna miss West that much from a production standpoint? No, but like obviously on a better team in a better situation, you'd be able to just kind of accentuate the things that he does well. Defend,
Right.
cut. Doesn't force a lot of things. Doesn't really turn the ball over. When
Yep.
it's just kind of highlighting everything that he does well, we're gonna be like, man, like what West could be. But like you said, how many times have we seen that happen?
A lot. A lot, but on a much more hurtful
Right.
level.
Talk about like Tobias Harris or Victor Oladipo.
Right.
I just have to think about like how much different this team would look right now with Sabonis and with Oladipo. Like you don't have at that point you don't have any Terrence Ross, you don't have any Markelle Fultz. Both of them were basically directly related to that trade. So
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind. I mean, Sabonis averaging 18 and a half right now. And then, obviously Oladipo out of most of that, but
I still don't think Oladipo ever would have became that.
no, he
But
wouldn't have.
yeah,
Playing along Westbrook and getting the kind of journey through that
yeah,
was
it just
huge
changed
for his
him.
career.
Yep.
So he's welcome.
Yeah.
I walked so he could run.
Yeah. Let's see, pulling up the box score here. See how well. See if we're doing as good of a job on Fox as I feel like we are.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah, four
I
of
mean,
7, 9 points in
9.
17 minutes. Not mad at that at all.
Yeah, I mean, that puts him on pace to be a little bit right below his average. So
As long as it's not 39 like it was the other night, I'm not too mad.
yeah,
That's kind of my concern coming into the game is like if he's just got that momentum going and is in rhythm. Good find from DJ. And DJ was talking at his post practice availability yesterday about just the time off allowed him to get healthy. He had some knee issues there in January. He had the jammed pinky earlier in the season.
hmm
And now, he really seems to be healthy and is looking a lot more like the DJ Augustine that we saw from last season. So, still can't believe Markelle hit that shot.
no.
Unbelievable.
Also, I mean, Magic in the first half has got to be the story so far this season. Scoring 70 points in the first half against Brooklyn. I mean,
And then 78. Good grief, dude. Failed to see how that's a foul on AG. Yeah, I honestly I wasn't paying too much attention to that particular play there. And then Ricardo Ortiz, he's mentioning how Markelle Fultz field goal since his first game in the bubble, he's 70%. That's pretty ridiculous. Let's see what's going on with Magic Twitter. I've kind of missed that. I love seeing all the memes during the games. All right. Good grief, dude. Some of the things that people put on social media is just ridiculous. I don't know if you saw Jeff Welcott's tweet. Markel's blank is so fine that even Evan had to blow past 5 defenders just to touch it. Good grief, dude. What in the world? Good for him. And Sixers fans said Fultz wasn't going to hit threes. Facts.
Well.
Hey. Hey. Right now he is.
You're not wrong.
Just when I begin to come to terms with a future AG trade, he goes off like this. Yes.
Oh, I've got some friends that are not Fournier truthers texting me.
What are they saying? He's trash.
Can't stand Fournier. 72 points on the board, and he has 2. That was at the time we had 72.
Listen. All right. Popped off in the third quarter the other night was a huge reason that we won. When everybody's on the team is just killing it. Listen, I'm not trying to be this like Evan Fournier, like I'm the guy that's
Listen, you sound like you're best player into a corner.
No,
I was just telling you.
It's just
if you feel that conviction, you feel like if I don't know.
It just kills me how like people just hate him. Like the role that Evan is in, the role that Evan is forced to play is not Evan's fault. It's the construction of this team.
But it doesn't matter. It is, if you are in the role, you take the role like that player would in that role. I mean, that if you are the role, you are the role.
All right, can I ask this? Did you hate Aaron Aflalo in 2013?
I mean, not necessarily.
Okay, then. That's basically the role that Evan has been put in is the Aaron Aflalo role.
Yes, but it doesn't help Evan that and it stinks that it's
and
this way.
And we were winning 20 games with Aaron Aflalo being the guy.
My point is, it doesn't help for Evan's case that we are much better than when Aflalo, like that was very much expected. Now we're in the playoff hunt, or not the hunt. We're in the playoffs.
It's just
so it's he's gonna get more criticism. And the honest truth is, there are more people paying attention to our games as Magic fans than there were when Aaron Aflalo was there. So there's more people to critique. And I'm just saying, if he's in the role on a good team, you're under the spotlight, people are watching more games. I mean, you might be miscast, but you're in the role. So
on a really good team, Evan Fournier is like your 4th option if he's a starter, or he's like your 6th man.
Trust me, I know that.
You know, like, but that's the thing that I don't understand. Like, Evan does what is literally necessary for him to do for us to try to win games. Does it work every single night? No, because he's not that good. At the same time, this team
understand
would have
he's
like
not
8
that
or 9.
Good. That is my point.
Anyways, no, it's not that he's not that good. He's not that good to where like he can be the guy every single night. But he is a good NBA player. Without Evan, we're looking at like possibly 10 less wins than we have right now. Like when Aaron and Vooch went out in like November and December, like without Evan, we were winning 0 games without Vooch and AG. Like he's been the leading scorer this entire season, right? Like as good as we were last year, Evan was terrible. Evan had a terrible year last year, and everybody wanted to kill him. He's playing so much better this season, and people still want to kill him the same amount. It doesn't make sense to me.
I still haven't forgiven him for that missed layup with 2 seconds left against the Spurs. So,
what I don't know what else to say. People just don't like him.
Hey, it's You know,
And
it is what it
can
is.
we just say, early bubble MVP was Evan Fournier, just bringing the behind-the-scenes looks that nobody else was.
I mean,
He was
Terrence Ross
bringing
is
a little
bringing
bit, but
some.
Evan was doing a whole Instagram TV video each day. The first few days, just kind of giving everybody an insight.
Have you seen any of JaVale McGee's stuff?
I have not. No.
It's pretty funny. Talk about giving an insight to the bubble.
JaVale.
He's got a YouTube channel, all that. I do too.
Cedric Brown from Facebook says, "Hey Luke, it's time for a fade, bro." Well, those are two separate messages. He says, "Hey Luke," and then after that he says, "Time for a fade, bro."
Who is he? Is he talking to you?
I don't know. I don't. You can't. Really
I
see my
get
hair.
it, Cedric. I need a haircut, and it'll be coming soon. But for now, this is what you got. It's like the magic with Evan Fournier. For now, it's just what you got, Cedric.
Cedric's a huge fan of the show. He likes to be very complimentary and troll also at the same time. So.
Oh, I know. Last week he told me the show would be nothing without me. So.
Which is a fact, but
I didn't say it.
He was also alluding to the fact that he thinks I'm garbage, but it's all right.
Right. That's his skill.
He said, "You are a father now. You have to look the part."
Nah, well.
Whatever that means.
When the baby gets here, well, that's Cedric. I'll get a haircut then. I'll
now
adapt.
has also said, "Wow, I'm getting into my second burger here. That's now stone cold."
Getting into your second burger, do you need to get up and you need to hold down the fort and you can go hit that in the microwave? You're just gonna go straight for it. Okay.
Still good.
I can't do cold meat.
It's not cold.
Chicken.
It's just like room temperature.
Mm.
Not
Magic PR put out the in that second quarter. Let's see. Aaron Gordon, high point man, second quarter.
Aaron Gordon in the second quarter too. Feels like it had to be both quarters.
I mean, probably. I'm looking at Magic PR put out the second quarter and then the first half total.
I mean, what do you have, like 11 in that first quarter, maybe? Or what? Yeah.
Yeah, 11. Other than that, it was kind of just all over the place. Everybody that played, besides Ennis and Wes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cedric Brown.
What's the date for playoffs? September something?
No, it's definitely August something.
Is it?
Yeah, there's only from I think it might be like August 17th or something like that, because there's only 15 days of seeding games. Cedric just said, just got home from dinner, gonna watch the second half. Score looks like the game may be over. We hope so.
Well, as a Magic fan, Cedric, you should know.
You never know.
We have to watch till the end because we have no clue.
Like the other night, I knew, up 12 with 2 minutes left that the game was over. Like, my brain told me that, but my heart was just, like, beating out of my chest because I've just seen too many bad things happen before.
Yep. Playoffs August 16th.
August 16th. Okay. I was off by a day. Not too bad. Hey, birthday's coming up,
Yeah.
25th, 29th. What are you What are you hoping for your birthday?
I don't know. If Jonathan Isaac keeps this up, I might need to get a jersey.
They're basically sold out.
That's true.
He has since his actions the other day. He is second in the league in NBA sales, just behind LeBron.
Yeah. I wonder.
We'll talk more about that later, but
they got. Well, it was just a certain jersey, right?
No, I'm pretty sure it's like
all
I
of
looked
them.
yesterday, and like each Jonathan Isaac jersey, it was like you click on it, it's like almost gone. The only thing that was left was like smalls.
That's hilarious.
Luckily, I already have one.
Maybe I'll just get Harper an Isaac jersey.
Right. That's the way to do it.
Things like we'll tailor it up.
Well, the best thing is like for Carmen, we just buy the youth XLs, save 30, $40 on a jersey, and it fits her perfectly.
And
the other
trying
thing,
to go to the
like at the Amway, at the team shop, you can buy like a blank jersey and have them make basically anything. But with the kids, nope. Like with like the toddler sizes, it's like they don't do that. It's like you get Aaron Gordon or you get nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kind of hobby with the sports memorabilia, one of my next items is definitely a signed Jonathan Isaac jersey. Definitely got to do that. Be. On the 9th, Cedric Brown will be 39 years old. That doesn't sound accurate. You can't be 39 already. Excuse me, but that might be true. Ricardo,
big if true.
NBA playoffs start August 17th. Thank you. Keith Gluck, what's going on, brother? Aaron Gordon looking like absolutely great lately. Yeah, he is looking like absolutely great. I would agree with that. Yeah, he's been playing really, really well tonight, especially. All right, and my mom just texted me a picture of my daughter's naked butt.
Well,
interesting. Oh, boy. Cedric is claiming, he says, I'm old, bro. You ain't that old. You have a young heart. Oh, man. You know what I haven't looked at in like 2 weeks? Coronavirus numbers.
Don't care. Not doing it. No? I'm in a good mental state right now.
I just want to know if Florida is still burning down or
probably.
I don't know. Looking at this graph here, the last few days it looks like numbers have been starting to come down again. Maybe. Good grief.
Hey, maybe you think that
almost 5 million cases now. Wow.
I heard Terrence Ross talking about it the other day. But I heard him talking about it the other day that the gyms at Disney obviously are smaller. There's not as much distractions behind them, not as much to throw off depth perception.
Right.
Is that what we're seeing? Like a product of right now with Orlando scoring 70 in the first half the other night and 78 tonight? I think if it happens once, it's a fluke maybe. But you do that back to back, the gym's got to contribute.
It definitely, there might be something there just because like we've seen a bunch of teams like really just getting like the other night. We had the Mavs and the Rockets combined for like over 300 points. So yeah. I don't know. I'm not sold on that yet, but
I mean,
I would definitely say it's a strong possibility.
The Magic tonight, 11 for 19 from 3 already.
Let's not forget, after the All-Star break, before everything was shut down, we were one of the most efficient offenses in the league. So maybe it honestly, part of it just feels like the Magic have figured out how to play, offensively, which is just the weirdest thing to say because it feels like it should be the opposite way. Like the defense is, what we should lean on and just score enough to win, but lately they just been going nuts. I don't know. All right, second half. Dude, hour and a half for that, basically like an hour and 15 minutes for that first half. Took forever.
Mm-hmm.
What other teams are playing right now?
The Grizzlies, I think. The Grizzlies played the Spurs. Sorry, the Spurs won by 2. Trailblazers lost by 4 to the Celtics. Wizards got beat by the Nets. So
only by 8, man.
Yeah, they weren't favored by very much. I think it was like a They were favored by 2.5 or 3, to be honest.
Rockets at 8:30. That's going to be a good game. Mavs Suns at 9. Oh, this is
Yeah.
great, man. Just basketball all day
It
long.
is March Madness,
It's amazing.
but with better players. Yeah, but I mean, with the Nets winning tonight, we need to get the win tonight. Obviously, we'll stay at 7, but it'd be nice to get that win.
Right.
Or actually, no, we would go back down to 8. Do we have the tiebreaker? I don't know.
If we lost, there's not really. I don't really think there's any way for us to be tied with the Nets when this is all over with.
Oh, because if we lose, yeah, they're up a half on us.
Exactly. They were up
so
a
we
half
have to
going into this, and they're both playing 8 games. So we can either finish a game above, or a half game above, half game below, but we can't tie.
Right.
So the tiebreakers with them really don't matter because right now we're up 3-0 on the season series. So
yeah. Yeah, so win tonight would be just swell.
I gotta tell you, Luke, this whole time we've been doing this, I've been trying to keep you sized properly. Literally every 5 minutes I look over, it's something different. We definitely got to get that figured out. But
hey, here's the good news: we got the Pacers next, but the Nets have the Bucks. So
yeah, that's good to know. I think as long as we go 4-4, we win both games against the Nets. I think we should have that 7 seed. Evan Fournier high off the glass. Isn't this what you want out of Evan, though? 2 points in the first half, but, scores when he needs to score. If he doesn't need to score, he just, plays within the flow of the offense.
Yep.
Now, had we been down, 10 at halftime and he's got 2 points, then it's all right, what the heck's going on? Okay, they're doubling Vooch. Okay. Oh, Aaron lost it.
Vooch, what did Vooch have in the?
In the first game, I think it was 22 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists.
What was it tonight? First half.
Good question.
Probably not credible.
James Ennis not shooting the ball particularly well. Yeah, Vooch 5 of 9, 11.7 rebounds. Pretty solid first half.
Yeah, not bad.
He's just, he's just there. He's going to give you 16 to 20 points a night, anywhere from, 8 to 12 rebounds.
Good night.
Are you referring to that Aaron Gordon turnaround? Yeah, not great. All right, both teams struggling offensively here at the start of the second half.
Okay. That's great, Aaron Gordon.
Oh, boy.
There's a great thing. The Kings cannot get anything to fall.
Yeah, they can't score at all. This is the Aaron Gordon that we don't want. It's a tale of 2 halves for him. So
is that just confidence at that point being too high?
I just don't know, man. I've been trying to figure that out for 3 years.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure him out on the court and as a person for 3 years. So
yeah, it's fair to say.
It's crazy he's in his 6th season with us, though.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of reasons, it's crazy. I know you're killing that burger right now. This man's taking half the burger off his bite.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
DJ, man.
Old Faithful.
In every sense of the word.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk about the Pelicans getting smacked out of the gym the other night?
I honestly didn't watch the game. I watched the game they had the other night. against the Jazz where they were down big and ended up coming back in that game. And really, man, what obviously what everybody, and I think the story was going to be regardless, James Ennis with the and one going to the free throw line, but obviously the story was Zion. And a few weeks before the bubble, we saw that picture of him looking super lean in the Pelicans practice facility, and I feel catfished.
Yeah.
Because he just looks so heavy, and I don't see him ever being able to play 82 games plus the playoffs, just at the speed and athleticism that he plays with, being that heavy. He's got to change his body.
He needs to get on the LeBron James plan.
Yeah, I mean,
Whatever
LeBron is just like changed his body. It feels like 2 or 3 times over the course of his career. Obviously, grew into his body over the first few years, and then was kind of super bulky with the with the Heat, and then when he went back to the Cavs, started having some back issues, slimmed down. Now he looks like he's put a little bit of that weight back on, but I mean, really, he needs to get on the Nurkic plan, or not Nurkic, Jokic. Sorry, getting my what used to be Nuggets forwards mixed up. But no, the Jokic plan, really. Even Nurkic just lost a little bit of weight, but Jokic just looks completely different.
Yeah, he does.
But yeah, Zion has to play well for that. He has to play a significant amount of time and has to play well, I think, for them to have any shot of, making up the ground and getting to that play-in game.
Gotten to the point where my back has started hurting me here, Jonathan. So I'm sitting back in my chair.
I got the memory foam pillow behind me.
Yeah.
Have to. Holding the mic, I like it.
Gotta hold the mic right now.
That's right. Yeah, you might be able to see my shoddy work from home setup back there. We're rearranging some things at the house here. We're in the middle of a remodel still, kind of ongoing, and my wife's gonna be working from our bedroom. So the other chair that we have, she's gonna be taking that. Well, she's going to be taking this chair, I should say, and I have to get that other chair, which is just terrible on my back. Keep up the D magic, yes. Cedric Brown asking Keith Gluck if he is still a Laker fan. I believe he is. And you guys watching, in any of the chats, whether it be Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook Live, or YouTube, feel free to ask questions or anything that you have, while we're here watching the game. That's why we're doing this. All right, trying to get back to that screen there. There we go, so I can read that a little bit better. There we go. All right. Just the fact that we can hang out and turn a basketball game on it again these days.
I would have done a lot of things for that to be possible just 2 months ago,
Right.
A month ago.
Got to make sure I get the mayonnaise off my face.
That's good.
Yeah.
I have a newfound love for mayonnaise.
Really?
Yeah.
I've mostly always been a mayonnaise fan.
No, but I'll just solely put mayonnaise on something instead of ketchup and mustard, like a burger.
Whoa.
I know.
I don't know about all that.
Listen, it's climbing the rankings of condiments, that's for sure.
Okay.
It's probably number 2 behind Chick-fil-A sauce.
Wow. See, Chick-fil-A sauce I only have when I go to Chick-fil-A, so I don't really count that as a
Well, yeah, me too, but that's still a condiment.
I mean, it is technically, but I mean, like, your
Okay,
everyday
so technically,
condiments.
in my technical standings, Chick-fil-A is 1, mayonnaise is 2.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I take it back. I really love horseradish sauce.
What?
What?
Vooch for 3. Like,
Were you saying what to Vooch's 3
no.
or what to talking about horseradish?
Horseradish sauce. You mean like the
What?
horsey sauce at Arby's?
Okay, Jonathan, I have to tell you this. I'm gonna might burst your bubble, but there's more than just the horsey sauce at
No, I
Arby's.
realize that, but like is
Yes,
that what
and
horseradish
I
sauce
need.
typically is? Oh, dude.
Yes, that is what horseradish is.
No.
I have that on all my fries at Arby's.
No.
I'll put it on whatever, any roast
I'm
beef,
guessing you're a big
whatever it might
wasabi
be.
guy.
Huge wasabi guy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sushi, I'm dabbing my
Vooch,
fork. 'Cause I don't use
back-to-back
chopsticks.
threes. What is going on? The Magic are up by 30.
Jonathan, please, I'm trying to talk.
This is
But
a Magic podcast. Talking about the Magic game.
please pipe down. I'm trying to
Yeah,
talk
you're
about
trying to talk about
my
food.
life
Go
and
ahead,
my
please.
condiments.
I'll just take another bite of my sandwich.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm listening.
I mean, there's nothing I can't. I'm not changing your mind. So, but horseradish sauce, very good. I mean, I guess in versatility, I'm probably putting mayonnaise over it.
Okay.
These virtual fans are the kids wearing a banana suit.
Oh my gosh, dude. You ever seen that YouTube video? I'm a banana. I'm a banana.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bad. But no, like horseradish, just like, I mean, I'm trying to think of like the times I mostly have.
You only need
horseradish.
it with like with roast beef type things, maybe like tenderloin,
I don't
like
really
pork
ever
loin.
need it, to be honest. Aaron Gordon for 3. What is happening? I think your theory must be right.
It has to be. I mean,
Yeah, it's
you
just
got guys hitting
ridiculous.
shots they have no business hitting. At least this consistently.
Right. But no, like horseradish for me is usually like in like
The pass by DJ was kind of wild.
yeah, that's pretty bananas. And
Little twinkle toes there.
Vooch gets fouled. Oh man, I don't even know. I'm so far.
You were
behind.
saying what for you? You said mayonnaise or what?
No, like horseradish. I think like most of the time when I have it, I'm pretty sure there's horseradish and like spicy brown mayo. Not spicy brown mayo, spicy brown mustard. Pretty sure there's some horseradish in that. Other than that, it's in like the I don't know how frequently you go to Burger King, but they have a zesty sauce for their onion rings. There's a little bit of horseradish in that. And then like wasabi when I'm having, sushi, I might have, depending on what type of roll it is, I might have a little bit of wasabi.
You ever watched First We Feast, the hot ones?
Of course.
They have the last dab.
Is there a lot of horseradish in that?
No. I have a concept of last dab when I have sushi. My last roll of my last little piece of sushi, I get as big of a thing of wasabi as I can, and I just put it in my mouth.
You just want a bellyache?
That's you sound like my wife.
I'm just like, honestly, like literally too much wasabi, you're just asking for a stomach ache.
I do not get. I mean, I get stomach aches all the time anyway. And that's a whole other problem. But
okay.
But at that point, why not just?
I mean, if
wasabi.
you're already gonna have a stomach ache,
If I'm already gonna have a stomach ache, I'm going big.
Right. Like if I eat junk food, I know like I'm a little bit lactose intolerant, so if I have junk food, I know my stomach's gonna hurt anyways. Might as well have ice cream.
Right.
Like why not?
Yeah.
I've already put myself in this situation, so just go for it.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. What are we looking at here? This is a 33-point lead.
This is ridiculous. Like I'm really like I don't want to get my hopes up too high. Like the way that I feel right now, we should beat the Pacers. Like the way we're playing right now, if we play anywhere near this, we should beat the Pacers. And then talking. Good grief, we just can't miss. Like, it's not even just threes, it's everything.
Throw it up, it's going in.
Good grief, bro. Look at everybody smiling. Good times. 35-point lead, 4 minutes to go in the third. Unbelievable. And it's not like...
You know, it ain't easy being the best team in the league, so...
Oh, man. Good grief. Anyways, back to the horseradish stuff. Back to the condiments. My number one is like always going to be barbecue sauce. Like I love barbecue sauce so much.
Yeah.
But to speak to your love of mayo, Heinz has come out with like a line of like different mayo mixtures, and like their mayo chup, which is mayo and ketchup, and their mayo Q, which is mayo and barbecue sauce, both fire.
Yeah.
Both fire.
Mm.
I would love to play pickup in the Magic practice facility one day.
It's pretty fun.
Oh, is it? Is it? You would know, huh?
Maybe.
It's messed up. How did that happen?
Just interns getting together, that type of thing.
Oh,
they kind of just. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Orlando and Lakeland and all of us intern-wise.
Nice.
Pretty cool opportunities there. The coolest thing that they do, definitely, if you're on staff, is they have like all staff meetings, obviously. But I mean, in these all staff meetings, like, you know, Weltman's up there giving briefings, and Steve Clifford's up there sometimes giving briefings, and you got Pat Williams in the back just asking 1,000 questions.
Just eating like a bag of pretzels or something.
Yeah, that's about right. No, it's great. But yeah, no, that was the craziest thing about being employed there. It's just like they're all staff meetings. There's like 500 of us in a room. It's like awesome. Lakeland staff, Orlando staff, Solar Bear staff, Magic Gaming staff. It's nuts.
Where would those meetings like typically be held?
So it's called the Vault Room, which is like, I think, 3rd floor of the Amway.
Sweet.
It's crazy. When you're walking around Amway, you don't really, like for games, obviously, you don't really pay attention to a lot of the rooms in the lobbies.
Right.
Like in the concourse areas, but there's like the Vault Room is just a huge room where they have like projectors and screens and tables set up for staff meetings, and
that's awesome.
It's pretty nuts. They like there's how much stuff is truly inside Amway that fans don't really pay attention to.
Well, there's so much stuff going on around you. It's so easy to miss.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing David Steele say Victor Oladipo's name just brings me back to just such a like nostalgic time in my life.
Yeah. When you picture Oladipo, is there a jersey you picture him in? Like which Magic jersey?
Probably like the black, like Adidas, like the black with like the gray stripes. I don't know why.
See, and that's why I ask, because I feel like it's different for everybody, obviously. But I always, when I picture Oladipo playing for Orlando, I picture him in those like gray sleeve jerseys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't. Yeah, and it's always like every time. Maybe there's a picture, like maybe if you search Oladipo, that's one of the main pictures that comes up for Oladipo Magic or whatever it might be. It might be kind of the previews that I get, but
can we talk about like not only those Pride jerseys, but also the black Adidas jerseys that I was just talking about, how hideous they were with like the gray collar?
Yeah.
So bad. When we're up so much, the conversation switches to condiments and stomach aches. Yes, absolutely. We are just toying with Sacramento. Eli says, yep, pretty much. Cedric says, see, told you the game was over. Yep, this game is over.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my wife asking me, what are we doing over here? And I said, well, we're up 30 points. Really don't know what else we're supposed to talk about here.
Yeah, seriously.
I feel like this is probably like to an extent what play-by-play and color commentators feel like when the
Right.
game is a blowout. You just got to fill
Right.
time
Right.
and you get the condiments somehow. Luckily, we're able to kind of just go off the rails and go wherever we want. But
I mean, I definitely feel like I've heard, Jeff or
yeah,
David at some point during a blowout talk about food or
right.
something that has nothing to do with
Restaurants
basketball.
in the
But
city that they're in or whatever it might be.
I find myself kind of locking back in now because Markell and Jonathan are on the
Right.
floor.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime those guys are on why are we fouling Kent Bazemore? Why are we fouling in the open court? There's still 3 guys ahead of Markell. You guys are down 34. Like, what are we doing? So dumb. Can we talk about how like the MLB season isn't
It's
even gonna
not
last a month?
not gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
No bubble, no sport.
I mean, Corey Joseph is really playing pretty physical with Markelle Fultz.
Yeah, I think you definitely you need a bubble is what we're learning.
Yeah, I just and it like I get that like maybe Disney didn't have like enough availability to fit 3 leagues because especially baseball teams like the rosters are just massive.
Yeah.
But like they have like from what I understand they have like 8 or 9 fields at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. It's like MLB should have just done that. Try to figure out a way to be able to do that.
Yep.
And then you hear, stories about, guys after games, like they're going out to, bars and restaurants and to the clubs and everything. And it's like, well, no wonder, like half of the Marlins or whatever are getting coronavirus.
Right. Yeah, I think there's like 14 of them staff-wise and player-wise. Crazy.
AK850 on YouTube saying sleeve jerseys suck in basketball, period. I mean, I tend to agree with that. But like I always play basketball in a t-shirt basically. I'm sure the jersey, just that material makes it a little bit more restrictive. But thankfully that lasted only like 2 seasons before they got rid of it.
Mm.
And like one of the greatest plays in NBA history, the LeBron James block on Andre Iguodala was made with him wearing a sleeve jersey. So
Much,
those are always going to be kind of ingrained in the history of the NBA going forward. Unfortunately, we'll never be able to forget those.
I honestly didn't mind. I didn't mind
Elfrid Payton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the Cavs black sleeve ones as much as I did the gray ones. Gray is just such a terrible color. Place and then you slap sleeves on it.
I feel like most jerseys look better on the basketball court, obviously, but I think the sleeve jerseys were one of those where like it looks much better when it's just a person wearing it in public.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it looks really weird for it to be on someone playing basketball, but like whenever I would wear it, especially around the Orlando area, like we would go down the day before and go to the outlets or something, people would be like, you know what? That jersey isn't that bad in person. And I just feel like it's because, when you're wearing it just like a T-shirt, sure, it looks fine, but on the court, it was just terrible.
And who else but Michael Carter Williams?
Right. And the Kings are looking frustrated right now.
It's not been a great night for them, that's for sure.
No. So far, I think the Magic have only given up like 20-ish points in this third quarter here. Has it even been that much?
But they have like 53 at half, 50 something.
Looking up right now.
It's pretty close to that, so maybe 20 points.
Buddy Hield. I'm surprised like they haven't tried to run more through Buddy Hield in this game, being just down as much as they are. J.I. for 3. Ooh, no good.
He had a turnover a couple possessions ago, and then that. Not great, but...
Yeah. Well, the good thing about this is, like, and part of it is like you don't really have to play all that well.
Yeah.
I really do like the Kings jerseys, like the pattern that they have. Like this
Yep.
wide view, it just looks like a plain black jersey, but it's got some kind of like pattern when you see it up close. It looks pretty nice. Kind of like those like college basketball, like the Nike jerseys a few years ago, where on the back they had like some kind of pattern.
Right.
Those are really nice.
34-point game, man. I thought this game would go well. I did not think it would go.
Yeah, like we were talking before the game that like there's really not all that much to talk about when it comes to Brooklyn, and it doesn't really seem like there's going to be all that much to talk about in this game. Just everything has gone right for the Magic basically since the opening tip. What do we start the game like 7-0?
Yeah.
No,
we haven't seen.
Good grief! Just stop jumping with. Like I would tell my entire team, if Terrence Ross shoots a 3-pointer, just put your hand up.
If it goes in, it goes in.
Yeah.
Especially on those where he's just like fading to the right.
Yeah, or you're trailing behind him.
Have we seen Mo tonight?
Not at all. Not a second. I think he'll probably come in, the last few minutes of the game when.
Like last time.
Yeah. Clifford said, it's definitely a tough, conversation to have with Mo because Mo wants to be on the floor and he's worked really, really hard and everything like that. But, from a health and a conditioning standpoint, he's just not to the point where he can play, 15, 16 minutes like he was before.
Well, and the thing with Mo is he knows he can be a great player, and that's what he's probably told himself too. Is he's got potential, but you got a guy like Khem Birch who knows his role, knows his lane,
right,
and is just gonna do what is expected of him and going above and beyond. He's gonna hustle. He's gonna get those long rebounds if he needs to run out there and get them, and his job. And sometimes it might surprise you, but that's the difference. Mo is very young. Yeah, I think that's just kind of what you get. I think that out there you kind of just know what you're gonna get.
Well, so the moment that they re-signed Vooch, it was just like, okay, so Vooch is going to be basically like a stopgap until Mo is ready, and then you have to hope that either Vooch is willing to accept a bench role making $28 million a year, or you have to be able to move him, heading into that third, fourth year. But at some point, like I feel like the organization just has to do a better job of trying to get Mo in positions to succeed. Like putting him out there at the end of games with guys like Gary Clark and Vic Law, BJ Johnson, like as good players as those guys are, you can even argue, like with Vooch, right? Having guys just blow past DJ Augustine and Evan Fournier and Vooch trying to stop these guys at the rim is just never going to go well. So where you could put Mo in a lineup with like Markell, Jonathan, Aaron Gordon, and just have him kind of help and be that shot blocker like he's probably best equipped to do, and then just run like pick and pops with him nonstop, get those open threes for him. Like that's right. We can all kind of agree that that's going to be Mo's like best route to success is just be an elite rim protector and being like a stretch five offensively, or like a rim runner, if not like the guy that's just going to pick and pop. Like we don't do any of that with him. Even when he's in the game, and it doesn't make sense. At some point, you have to be like, all right, we need to try to put Mo in like the best positions to succeed, so we can see like, is he really going to be able to be the guy if we try to move on from Vooch?
Yeah, I mean, and we'll obviously continue to get into this when it comes to later podcasts and stuff, but yeah, there's just a lot up in the air when it comes to Vooch and Mo and what's going to happen and who's going to accept what role and who's going to get disgruntled first. Because who knows? But
we saw it with Biyombo when
Right.
Fultz wasn't starting, there was rumors that he was not happy at all.
Imagine. Yeah, and the thing tonight, I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter saying, remember the Magic team that couldn't score 100 points in 48 minutes? They're doing it tonight in 36. I mean, very encouraging. And I mean, you look at it and someone said, yeah, this is a healthy Magic squad. Obviously, some of this is just unearthly numbers, from three. If you look at the percentages, I think we're shooting 55% from three right now. So that's not going to happen every night.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can have some type of,
Right. And AK850 in the YouTube chat just said, if he can't get on the court in a 35-point game, I'd be questioning my future with the team. Want Mo to succeed, but that's ridiculous. Well, the issue, AK, is just like Clifford said the other day after the Magic practice, is that Mo just is not healthy enough to play the amount of minutes that he was before. So.
But what does that mean?
What do you mean?
Like he's just not healthy enough from
like his conditioning.
Okay,
He said his health and conditioning. So, maybe like a week or so ago, as Jonathan Isaac just makes a ridiculous deflection. Maybe like a week or so ago, maybe more than that, Kem Birch with a nice deflection also. Why are we calling a shot clock violation on that? The Magic had possession of the ball. I'm complaining about this as the Magic are up 35.
Yeah, but now you maybe understand, why coaches complain when they're up 35.
But no, Mo had this video of Miles Turner like sitting out in the courtyard, outside of one of the hotels, it looked to be like an ice bath, like an inflatable ice bath or something like that. And Mo had this like wrap around his left calf. And I know that was, he had like some kind of like stress fracture in the bone in that part of his leg last year. So my question is like, is that still not completely healed? Now you add this extra weight on top of that. Maybe they're concerned about that because Melvin Frazier Jr. had an identical, injury and had surgery. And yeah, he doesn't play all that much with the Magic, but, definitely seems to be moving around okay and everything like that. Been able to play with the Lakeland Magic and everything like that with no problem. So my thing is like,
there's more.
Maybe Mo's leg isn't completely healthy. Like maybe he just should have had surgery to get that, repaired last year. I don't know. The Magic don't tell us. It's a huge problem.
Yeah, I don't know if any of the reporters for the Magic, if they follow up with his quotes like that when he says his health and conditioning. That
They just accepted it, at least in that interview. And AK is apologizing that he didn't see that. It was actually on the Orlando Magic website. You don't have to apologize for not seeing it. There are plenty of things that happen that I don't see. You can't watch every single interview. You won't have time to do anything else. But yeah, it does seem like and I'm not casting blame or anything, but like the media that cover the Magic on a day-to-day basis, they don't really like poke and prod for like more answers. Like they'll throw a question out there hoping to get the response. Media. Right, exactly. They throw a question. If they get the response that they're looking for, great. If not, they move on to the next question.
Yeah, I just wish that they would be more forward.
I mean, it's not like Taylor Rooks is covering the team every day. She was holding nothing back when it came to that interview with J.I. And they were fair questions. I'm not saying they weren't, but she was definitely just like, let's get to the point on this.
Yes. Yeah. She was.
Very straightforward.
Her first question was,
do you believe that Black Lives Matter? She was just right out there with it. And I mean, he wasn't taking part in that, protest. He wasn't wearing the t-shirt. So like it's a fair question to ask.
Yeah, it is.
But we'll talk more about that later. Luke Walton is not happy. He said, F are you talking about? Yeah, can we talk about that? It's August already.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. We were talking about it. Lauren was saying like, our due date for Harper's due date is October 6th, and if she comes a week sooner than that, we're into next month she's here. It's pretty crazy. Time's flying.
It is crazy. Yeah, Carmen's been having some I don't know, like you want to call them Braxton Hicks contractions. She's just been having a little bit of discomfort, as most. Oh, dude, if Markelle made that, I was gonna fall over. But she's starting to have some discomfort, and we're like, man, we're into the last 6 weeks here. If she comes earlier than that, we're looking at the next 4 or 5 weeks.
Right.
So it's going to be a very busy Sylvia and Osborne households in the next few weeks here. Yeah, J.I.'s offense is not really been. Oh no! Oh no! 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 No, dude!
That's not good.
No, dude! No, dude! Dude, no! Dude, no!
That's not good.
What just happened? Oh no, dude! No, dude! Please, God, no. Please, like literally, God, please, no. I don't have anything to say. I'm completely speechless right now.
Yep. Knee buckled.
I'm just sick to my stomach.
Yep.
I am just absolutely sick to my stomach right now. They're bringing out a wheelchair.
Yep.
I'm so mad. I'm just mad for him. Like he doesn't deserve this whatsoever. Bro, I want to cry for this kid. Do you not see what happened? Jonathan Isaac went to jump stop, no contact, just went down grabbing his left knee. They're bringing out a wheelchair. Unbelievable. Yeah, he literally went to jump stop and just his knee just went down.
Man.
Unbelievable. That's I don't want to watch any basketball right now.
Yep.
We have 9 minutes to go in this game. I just want to throw up. Like they don't want to play this game.
No, why would you?
This is so bad, dude. He's crying. And they're propping up his knee as they wheel him back. Like the thing with the Bradley Beal injury, and like we can talk about this because there's not much going on in the game, and I'm not gonna be able to think about anything else anyways. Yeah, the way you guys are all reacting in the chat right now is exactly how we all feel right now. But with the Bradley Beal injury, it was like, okay, there was contact there, like it like immediately wasn't as bad as like what it seemed like. The only thing that I can think of right now is like the worst possible thing just happened. And if that's the case, then like we're looking at like basically the entire next season without Jonathan Isaac.
Right.
Oh my god, dude. I'm so like I just feel mad. Like why did that just have to happen? Yeah, Drew Gooden. I literally want to cry for the kid. That's exactly how I feel right now.
Oh man.
Man. I want to know like where like are we talking about like a misdiagnosis at this point? Like what? Just so
what was
thoughts.
actually wrong, and why was it to the good?
Right.
I mean, they brought him into the bubble for a reason, and they knew he was going to be able to play. They knew it probably the entire time. I don't know. I mean, very well could. It's just I don't know. Making him like putting him in for, and then I don't know, man. Just like hard to avoid, probably. I mean, if they truly, which they probably, I know they did. They thought that he was good to go, but
Ross hits another three, but like the KD thing last year, right? Like I remember listening to the broadcast at the beginning of the game. I don't know if it was Kevin Harlan. I forget who what the broadcast team was, but they said the Warriors have been told that there's no like chance for him to like have like a significant injury, like an Achilles tear or something like that. 45 minutes later, Kevin Durant tears his Achilles. So like obviously there was incorrect information there, right? So now It was like, okay, there was no real structural damage with J.I.'s knee. We're looking at 8 to 10 weeks. You know what I mean? Where he was going to be reevaluated. And now that doesn't mean 8 to 10 weeks until he was ready to go. But if he's going to be reevaluated in 8 to 10 weeks, that makes like you have to think that he must have made or must have had the ability to make significant progress in that time to get back to being healthy. Turned from 8 to 10 week reevaluation to 7 months before he was like 6-7 months before he was cleared to play 5-on-5 again.
Yeah.
So like it's like had he, and I hate to speculate, but right now that's all we're talking about. That's all we can think about. Like had he, would he just have been better off like having surgery in January?
Right. I don't know.
Now,
man,
if it's an ACL or something, like sure, it's not the same injury that it was 10 years ago, But now we're talking about a kid in his first season, only played like 17 games or whatever that was, missed the rest of it with the ankle injury. Played, pretty much all season last year, 70 plus games or whatever it was, and then this happens. Like, because now I can already tell you, the narrative now is going to be Jonathan Isaac is a guy that's not ever going to be able to stay healthy, all those types of things. He's injury prone, when really, could this have been avoided somehow?
Right. I don't know. We probably won't know. But, I mean...
No, the Magic won't tell us.
At this point, and at this point, I don't know, man. It's obvious in the moment, but it's so hard to even look past this game.
Oh, I know.
Now. And even look at...
Now I could care less about the playoffs. Well, not that I could care less, but like the outlook just has become so much bleaker instantly.
Yeah. I mean, that was the X factor for us. He had been showing so much promise. He had struggled offensively in this game, but man, even with the brace, even with precautions, knee still buckles, no contact injury, and man, those, as everybody knows, like those are the worst.
Never good. AKA 50 in the YouTube chat is saying basically just he should have been taken out, and I don't agree with that, just because of the fact that like you're bringing him back to see what his body is capable of. Like you have to slowly ramp up like the minutes, like no blowout, like blowout or no blowout. Like you still have to see if the knee is going to be able to let him play 25 minutes.
Yeah, and regardless of if the outcome was positive or negative, I mean, we found out tonight his body just wasn't ready.
Bro. I'm sick to my stomach for this kid. And I know, like I don't even have to Google anything or look up him. I don't have to like think of searching his name on Twitter. I know there's going to be people that are like, "Oh, well, this is what you get for doing what he did before each of these games," and that just makes me even more angry.
Yeah, no, you can't cast stones if that's how you talk.
Yeah. Man.
What a great night gone terrible.
Yep. Yeah. Isaac might just be injury prone. Like people are already saying it, and it's like I understand it, but like we'll just never know if this was something that could have been avoided. Just terrible. Just heartbroken for the kid, man.
Yep.
Oh man.
Dude, I'm already seeing some outlandish comments.
Yeah.
On formerly Orlando Magic Wave. Posted a picture. Oh boy, man, it is just.
I don't even want to know. Like people, I'm sorry, people like that, but like, you're like if that's the way that you react to somebody getting hurt, you're just a disgusting human being. Well, we'll save it for the podcast, bro. But that's just gross.
Yep.
I just don't. People are saying he shouldn't have been in the game and stuff like that. I just don't agree with that. He's out there to see could he get back to 20 25 minutes. You gotta let him try to get there. And it's not like this is like a meaningless game. Like we need this game. Ah. Zane Conatser, Luke Sylvia, #1 fan in the building. Luke, remember
Zane's
when I
Zane's one of my good buddies from Omaha.
That's what's up. Remember when I told you there was something I didn't want to say last week on the podcast? You made me say it. You remember what that was? We don't have to verbalize it now because it's come to fruition.
Yep.
Oh my god, dude. This just sucks, dude. Can we just fast forward the last 4 minutes of this game? Like, can both teams just agree to Zane? He missed what happened.
Jonathan Isaac, who had been gone since January, New Year's Day, had a non-contact knee injury and needed a wheelchair to get off the floor. Same knee that he had injured before, so doesn't look great.
Now my thing is though, like the organization needs to come out and like lay out everything that happened since January. Like they need to come out and be like, okay, this was exactly what was wrong with Jonathan's injury. This is why we decided not. Well, okay, was surgery an option? Was it not an option? If it was an option, this is why we elected not to go with that. This is what Jonathan has been doing. This is what we were told. Blah blah blah. This is the injury now. This is the outlook. Like I almost feel like we deserve for like that to be laid out.
Yeah.
Like if Jonathan, for whatever reason didn't want that information to be out, like that's one thing. But at this point, like I feel like fans are just gonna have so many questions now about like why this happened and how it happened and everything like that.
Yeah.
People are saying that on the replay you could see like a pop. I didn't notice that, and I don't want to go back and watch it, but like part of me is like I need to know if that really did happen.
Yeah. So something of is journalists just being complete idiots, and whether they're baiting people or whatever it might be. Mike Bianchi tweeted out on hashtag open mic radio in the morning. For those who don't know, Mike Bianchi's a Orlando Sentinel guy, has a radio.
What a moron. I'm reading it right now. What a freaking moron. Go ahead and read it.
Then Isaac re-injures knee after becoming the first NBA player to not take a knee. Mike Bianchi, what does that mean, dude? Like, what are you implying? Just say it. And regardless of if he means it that way or not, he knows he's baiting people into seeing that. Like whether he's trying to draw parallels to,
that's disgusting.
You might have heard of him because of this.
That's just
like,
gross.
That's not even part of this at all.
Just gross. That's gross. That's disgusting, bro. Regardless of like how you feel about that, like you should not make that type of correlation.
Yeah. Just
I don't even,
baiting.
I don't want to watch like the fast motion replay of that. See, I didn't see any kind of pop, but I don't know. It kind of looks like in the back of his knee, like something popped. Is that where your ACL is?
My knowledge of the ball not the greatest.
I think that's where your ACL is. I think it's like the middle back of your knee. I could be completely wrong. And yeah, it's in the middle of the knee. Okay, I guess maybe it's the front of the knee. I don't know. One of our medical experts listening to the podcast and in the chat, let us know if let us know where the ACL is. Yeah, I literally hope to God that it's not an ACL.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, like selfishly, we as Magic fans, we don't want Jonathan Isaac to be hurt, but just like everything the kid's been through, the person he is, like that is why we'll be praying that it's not an ACL.
Yeah.
Ugh. So who do you think we hear first about this? Is it the Magic? Is it Woj?
Probably the Magic.
Yeah. Didn't we hear from Woj first the first time around?
What about the diagnosis?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, don't get me wrong. If they figure something out tonight or whenever the stuff, if the Magic are kind of keeping their cards close to their chest, which clearly they love to do, who knows? We probably we could very well hear from Woj first.
Yeah.
Because Woj is not worried about any of that.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. And anyone in the bonus? Yeah, both teams are in the bonus right now. Elvis. And then my other question is like, is he going to be transported to a hospital right now? Like, do they have the equipment necessary to screen? I don't think they have like an MRI machine. Like
Right.
in the bubble. So he's gonna have to leave, come back, be quarantined. I mean, he'll probably leave the bubble and not come back.
I mean, he's gone. Yeah, he's not coming back. We don't blame him.
Yeah.
If
If
regardless
it's
of
something serious, I mean,
yeah,
honestly, like even if it's just a minor sprain, which I'm really in major doubt of right now, like just as a precautionary measure, like he's done for the season.
yeah. I mean, I'm hoping just an in the moment shock,
Right.
and it's not as bad. But man, him down that long, new.
He's crying. He's
Those guys,
in so much
when
pain.
you have an injury like that, you know.
Oh yeah, I remember when Jeremy Lin tore his ACL a couple of years ago. He literally went down and was looking at his teammates and just said, "I'm done, and then just started crying.
Yep, I do remember that.
So
It's just
right.
it stinks, man. I still can't get over
That's
Mike Bianchi,
disgusting.
dude.
Yeah,
That dude's
100%.
unreal. Like,
I'm not surprised that it's him though.
no,
Just yeah.
he's baiting for listens and viewers and
Yeah.
all of that stuff by saying something so stupid
It's
like that.
gross. So I've turned up my audio a little bit to see who they're gonna interview after the game and see, obviously they're gonna ask about JI, but it's just gross. Oh, maybe they're not gonna interview anybody.
They don't want anyone to say anything.
Right? Yeah. Well, that just ruined my entire day. Oh well, yeah.
Dude, I
week,
mean,
month.
we spent speculating about JI's injury just for it to not matter anymore.
Yeah, we just
like
lit it on fire. Thoughts on decision to keep JI on the court went up by so much from Slater FPS on Twitch. So Slater, I don't know. Luke hasn't really expressed too much of his feeling on this, but me, it's like, they're trying to ramp up his minutes, see what his body can handle, right, Luke?
Yeah, I mean, up to that point, we'll go check the box score so I know it's so officially. Let's see. Played 15 minutes. He's right up there. He was probably 2 minutes from being taken off the court. That Isaac trying to get his offense going. Hadn't been playing tonight and just trying to get something going in these garbage time minutes and try rhythm that would further propel him in these future games. I think it's much different if tonight he's in his 23rd, 24th, 25th minute. Obviously, would be irresponsible of the team to do that, but it's completely two different scenarios, and we can record that. But
and not to cut you off, but AG is being interviewed. They're asking him about JI right now. Right, like you're saying.
What's up?
Aaron, I don't know if you heard it, Luke, but basically he just said he hopes that it was just something that shocked JI and that it's not something too serious.
Hope right now, man, and
right.
I just can't believe it.
Yeah, just Luke, are you listening currently?
I'm not.
Oh, so Dante was just basically saying how hard JI's worked to get back to this point, and Aaron was just kind of echoing that and saying that as good of a player as JI is, he's an even better person, and that he knows that whatever has happened, that JI is going to continue to work and everything like that. But this just sucks. They're talking about basketball now, but at this point, who cares?
Yeah. I imagine a lot of those guys in that locker room don't really.
Oh, my gosh. All right, well, I guess we're going to try to go off air, gather our thoughts, and then record the podcast, right?
Yep.
All right, well, guys, this definitely sucks. Luke and I are going to take a little bit of a break here, just kind of collect our thoughts, talk about the podcast, and then we'll be back in a little bit with that. But thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out on the live stream. We just thought it might be cool to do this every now and then. Just kind of hang out with you guys and react to the game, kind of with everybody. So thank you guys so much, and we'll be back in a little bit with the pod.